How do you calculate takt time? In this video, I'm going to cover a completely different approach to how you calculate takt time in construction. Even though all of my other videos are good on this topic, this one will cover it a different way. If you're interested in how to look at it, then you really want to be a part of this video. So please join me. We're going to jam out and have some fun. Stay with us. Okay, I am super stoked. We have talked a lot, meaning I've talked a lot about takt time, and I really want you to be able to understand it. And a huge shout out to Marco Biniger and Janos Louis, Hal Makeomer and Dr. Iris Tomaline for being the pioneers here, and for Kevin Rice for expanding my vision on the formulas here. I am going to use an example that I think that you'll like too. Let's say that you have a takt plan, let's just make it simple, that has 3 wagons in it, and a wagon is the amount of work that can be done in a takt time in a zone. Now let's say that there's 2 zones, okay? And let's say it's a 4-day takt time. I don't want to get tripped up on 5.5 days and things like that. Let's just make it simple. So there's zone 1, zone 2, takt time 1, takt time 2, takt time 3, takt time 4, and then this would be takt wagon 1, 2, 3. We've already talked about the formula, that it's takt wagons plus takt zones minus 1 multiplied by the takt time equals your duration, okay? So let's just run this through the formula so I can show you how it works. And this is kind of fun. Let's go ahead and plug it in. So takt wagons, we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 3. Plus 1, 2 for our takt zones, minus 1, okay, multiplied by the takt time, and remember we said 4, or I said 4. Who's this we? Do I have a hamster in my pocket? Anyway, so this is going to be 4. Thank you for laughing at my jokes, by the way. So 3 plus 2 is 5, minus 1 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16, okay? This is pretty easy. So the overall duration, and if you look at it, 4, 8, 12, 16. So that's right. So the overall duration here was 16, okay? And guess what? The math showed 16. Okay. Now, let's say that the owner was like, hey, Home Slice, like this is not going to work. Like your deadline was 15 days. So the owner comes in here, poo-poos this plan and says, hey, Home Slice, don't like this, try again. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do. What if we just had twice the number of zones, which means each zone was cut in half? Okay, so we still have 3 wagons. Then this would be plus 4 zones minus 1. And the takt time would be different because instead of having 2 at 4, you had to have 4 at 2. So let's do the math here. 3 plus 4 is 7, minus 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay, so that would be a big happy face. That's less than the owner's required 15 days. But let's see if that actually looks the same way when we come over here and do this jam. So the owner's saying, hey, your phase which you planned is at 16, but I want you at 15. So, no bueno, right? We got to do something over here. So let's go ahead, after we did the calculator, let's go ahead and draw this. So let's say we have zones 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, because we split those in half. So let's just make it easy. Let's say that these were on average 8,000 square feet. Now they're 4,000 square feet. You cut the zone sizes in half. Okay, so basically the duration, and I'm drawing it in front of you because Janos Louis did this for me and really got me to see this, and I really appreciate him for taking the time to teach me this. Dr. Marco Biniger, Dr. Janos Louis, sorry about that. Highly respected takt pioneers, really great human beings. Okay, this is what would happen, and then let me draw the other 2 wagons, and I would like to ask your forgiveness for letting me just draw it right in front of you because I want to make sure that we're on the same page and make sure that you know how to explain this if you ever get to do this in front of a group of people. So this is the same plan, but differently packaged. And again, I want to show you the cool science here that the one trade had a certain amount of time and they are not reduced in the amount of time down here below. You have the same in both scenarios. But check this out, just like we said, this finishes in 12. So if the owner's target, I should keep the markings the same, and I should look at the camera more, 15, then that means that we have 13, 14, 15, right? We should have 3 buffers here, okay? And the buffers are specifically to absorb interruptions and variation. So what you can see here is I had an initial guess. Well, actually, the amount of work here and the amount of wagons and the duration is based off of a pull plan. So just stay with me on that. But I was assuming 2 zones, but I'm overshooting the target. So then I go over here to my formula and I figure out, hey, what would this need to be to meet the deadline, but also to give me some nice buffers here, because you need buffers in the system. And in our calculator, it could go, you're experimenting with 2 zones, 3 zones, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and run the formula. And basically, this will start to have different durations based on what you need. So in our Takt calculator that Kevin Rice invented, you can basically run the numbers. And so this in construction is how you actually identify your takt time within a phase. And if you have multiple phases, all you have to, either way, you're going to do it, is do that for all the phases and then link them together and see if they fit. And then if you have smaller zones, it'll incline, larger, it'll extend, and really, if these are the parameters, you can get the right zoning and the right duration with your takt time to really finish the project and again have buffers. So this is something that I've never explained this way. I really like the way that we've done this. It really is an art form to get under the duration with buffers. We will link you in the description below to the book Takt Planning and the book Takt Steering and Control. Please check those out. They explain in very visual format how to do this kind of planning, and I think you'll love it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.